The late Bishop Simon Valdrio used to tickle his listeners with his famous lecture on the 3 stages of love. First, he says, during the first years of marriage, when love is still so strong and bubbly, the couple would endearingly call each other honey, darling, or love. And then, after some years have gone, and gradually the warmth of love slowly subsides, the husband would call to his wife with, hey. Then, finally, after the glow of love has been reduced to smoldering embers, one spouse would call the other by slightly opening the lips, and while keeping the teeth pursed, give out a hissing tss. Do you hear that? Dear friends, we see in the gospel today an experience of Jesus that brought a new identity, a new relationship, and a new vocation to Peter. In spite of Peter's threefold denial, Jesus never gave up on him. Jesus asked Peter 3 times if he loved him. When Peter answered yes, he entrusted him to take the task of feeding his sheep. It is one thing to say that you love Jesus, but the real test is in doing what he asks. Peter's life changed once he experienced the risen Jesus. His identity changed from uncertain to confident. His relationship changed from superficial love to sacrificial love. And his vocation changed from a mere fisherman to evangelist preaching with power. We hear that Peter stood up and spoke, and it cut to their heart. We read that in the Acts of the Apostles. Both Peter and Paul discovered that the cross was made of love. Both of them had failed Jesus, but both loved and were willing to do what he asked of them. Dear loving husbands and wives, brothers and sisters, parents and children, do you really love each other? Pope Francis says, and I know many of you are familiar with this, we have to keep using these 3 words in our families often. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Recently I was with a family, and I shared this same instruction from Pope Francis with them. The wife said she never heard these words from her husband. Probably the opposite also was true too. What practical words can you use, and what can you do to show that you are growing in love with your family members? Not merely saying, hey, or tss. God bless you and your families.